Alrighty, welcome everyone. I'm Teeaboo, and I am here for episode 2 of Made in Abyss. I wasn't gonna say it. You were thinking it, but I wasn't gonna say it. We're here to follow Rico and now Regu, a robot from somewhere, deep into the darkness of the world in the giant pit city that exists, because pits? And is full of magical objects and artifacts, because I don't know why. And also dead praying people? And also creepy monsters and stuff. We are part of an orphanage, which is also seemingly a for-profit institution utilizing child labor to acquire valuable goods from under the surface, bring them back up, and I don't know what they do with them, actually. It's not entirely clear. There are some pretty strict rules about not taking stuff that you've found out of the abyss, probably for some legitimate reasons beyond just the profiteering motives of the adults who run the orphanage, but also probably that. There's a dragon lady with black and white hair like Cruella de Vil, who seems to embody all of society and adulthood, and rules and stuff that don't make any sense to us at present, but probably have a good reason behind them. And, generally, there are sort of two types of people who run orphanages in media. One is genuine altruists, who then couch their genuine altruism and hide it behind a mask of feigned indifference and very stoic like darkness and stuff. The other would be genuinely malicious evil people who want to hurt children. That's the other, orphanage thing that usually happens. I don't know which one she is, it's all a mystery right now, but man, the design and the framing and the places where we put those characters really keep it up in the air and mysterious to us, don't they? And then we've got characters like Rita, leader with the white hair and the purple whistle, which are a gradated thing, and I hope we find out more about whistles, not that it really matters, but I do hope we find out more. Who's sort of in an in-between mode, where he's closer to the children and more willing to deal with their goofiness, but also in the process of becoming an adult and knowing what the rules are and stuff, and a little bit more serious. There are magic items. There's a compass that points to the truth of the abyss. It's like the plot point compass. It points to the plot. It's the plot point. They should have named it the plot point. It points to the plot. And now we have a robot friend who's got powers that are seemingly uniquely suited to delving into places with the downward and upward parts, because he's got arms that extend and also laser blasts. Maybe some other things that we haven't seen yet. We electro-zapped him, and that turned him on, which is pretty good. I'm currently in the process of being electro-zapped myself, and I'm holding it together pretty well. I have a... I went to the local Goodwill and I found myself a magical relic. It's a TENS unit. It's transdermal electrical neuromuscular stimulate. I forget what it is. It's TENS. It's like a $400 unit. I got it for $15. So it's currently attached to the back of my leg down here and the top of my lat up here, and it's doing a thing there for sure. Got a whole chunk of my leg that just wasn't firing. Big portion of one of the hamstrings just was not firing. And I've been struggling to figure out why my hip feels weird for a long time, and now I know. Anyway, that's neither here nor there, but it is currently happening, and I'm not sure if I'm going to stop it when I start recording the video. Feels really good. Gosh, we watched episode 1 of Made in Abyss, and it was a blast. It was so cool. It's so chock full of little things that are definitely big points, like huge plot points, like the prank skeleton that's just there, or the little things that we say about, your mom, and the way that the orphanage runs, and the rules about taking stuff out of here, and all the intricacies of a well-constructed, naturally, organically developed world. I gotta say, that's the kind of thing that's actually really hard for most writers to write. Because you come at the world and you just start introducing the audience to the things that they need to know willy-nilly, and you get characters doing dumb exposition at each other, again, that they should already know, and it all is like, okay, this is a cool world and I get it, but it doesn't suck you in and yank your heart out of your chest and put you into the place, and man, episode 1 of Made in Abyss sucked me in and yanked my heart out of my balls and put me in the place or whatever. It did it. It did it. It did it. Partly that's Kevin Pankin on the score. By the way, I said that he had, like, fallen off. Apparently he hasn't. I just haven't paid attention at all. I didn't know that Star Wars Visions existed. Oops. So, my bad on that. Kevin Pankin seems to be doing great and continuing to create art stuff, which is good, because what we've seen so far is kind of art stuff. It's, like, good. The overall production and quality of the first episode of the anime was tippity top tier, from the opening shots of multi-layered light cascading off of dropping, dripping, misty waterfalls in a grand parallax shot. I mean, that's just cool. I like it. There's nothing but mystery here. We have learned so much in the first 23 minutes of the show. We learned so much. And yet, it's all just mystery at this point. What is this abyss? Well, of course, the plot point compass points to that, so we won't ever find out for a long, long time. Where is her mom? I don't know. How long has this city been here? That might actually be an answerable question. I don't remember. What is Reg, and where did he come from, and how did he get like that? Can you fuse with relics? Do you eat them? Do you grind them up and snort them? What happens there? Where are the people up above keeping all the relics? Are they selling them to the outside world? What's going on in the outside world? Is technology the way that we think technology is normally? Like, if I went to the big city and the pit and the hole and stuff, and I took a boat from there to the Japan, would it be Tokyo? Like, would it be the Japan that I know? Or not? Are there boats? Are there planes? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know anything about anything, and that makes me very excited because I'd like to know things about things. You know, it's one of those things that it's like a core need as a human being that actually taps into my motivation and desires in a really potent way. Yeah, but I don't know. I gotta do a drawing. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I haven't thought about it. So I'm just gonna wing it, and that's probably the best way to do it in the first place anyway. So, boop. Oh yeah. Pop. Boop, bop, boop, ba, 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 ba. It's like really off kilter, right? And then it's got a yem in the center. Maybe like a headlamp sort of thing originally. No. And then, so this is weird, but I don't think this is what's actually on the thing, but I can't help but see it anyway because I'm a big fan of Gurren Lagann. So, it's got like a crescent thing. He does actually have like a horned crescent thing on the top of his head, right? That's weird. What's up with that? I don't know what's up with that. And a little childish face, and his eyes are kinda hidden in there, like that. Yeah, something like that. Something like that. Clonk, clank, clank. Robot arms. Robot rock. Kink, kink. Happy little trees. So, all right, Reg versus Genos from One Punch Man. Who do you think wins? I think Genos. I think Genos lights him on fire and he turns it to dust in a matter of moments. Hey, so I just discovered something. Hands are easier to draw if you draw the individual joints like they're a robot person made of little parts instead of trying to draw the whole shape of the hand. Ah. That sounds dumb to you, but that's revelatory for me. I have real trouble with hands. I've always said that. Alright, what am I doing wrong here? I'm now going to look up Reg's actual character design to see what I'm missing. Oh, the little helmy thing is on the other side. He's got hair. Which is important. Little hair bits. Little bits. The gemmy thing is, like, way over here, actually. Whoop. The horns are actually there and there, but I'm gonna leave it as is, because he's kind of Gurren Lagann-y, you know, and I like that. I like that. He's also very, very Tare-me. Yeah, that's actually really interesting. I had not noticed that. He's got really wide eyes. Makes him super duper 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 innocent looking, which might belie an evil monster on the inside, but, probably not. Maybe not. Who knows? Apparently there's some weird fetish stuff in this show. I didn't know about that. And some mild controversy around it. I didn't know about that. I guess we'll keep an eye out for it, but at present I don't see it. Certainly I get the feeling that when you have child characters and you do anything fucky with them, it's gonna go poorly. There are at least some people who are gonna react to that in like some weird ways, and maybe it'll actually be really weird. I don't know. So far I don't see it. And I'm gonna have him doing this. So this arm goes back. There. Yeah, so he's like swanging around. And then, I don't know, some, like a wall or something. Uh-huh. Oh, uh-huh. And we'll put this here. I like it, actually. I think that's pretty cute. Yeah. No! Not the Sympho girls. So who's ready to torture some children? Oh god. Oh god, I don't like that I said that. This is an interesting era that we're in. I got a lot of interesting shows and things going on the channel at present, and I'm really enjoying it. Fujimoto Takeover, Monday, Friday. The Fujimoto sandwich is like, it's so much pure insanity, and it's so much fucked up stuff that it's just changed my attitude toward everything else. I've had to sit here and read Fire Punch out loud, and that's a trip, man. Saying some of the things that some of those characters actually say, and having to say them out of my own mouth lips with my own, I use my brain to make my tongue make the shapes that make the words come out that say stuff like, I'm not even going to spoil any of it, just some of the fucked up shit that exists in Fire Punch. That's changing my whole perspective on everything. So far, Made in Abyss is a sweet, beautiful, lovely, very cute thing, and it doesn't feel bad to me at all. I really like our current schedule. It's pretty darn cool. It's like Monday, boom, we're on, and Fire Punch is a thing. And then Tuesday, goofy and fun. And then Wednesday, we're pretty on, and Made in Abyss is kind of a thing that deserves to be paid attention to. And then Thursday, weird throwback stuff that's just kind of fun. And then Friday, Chainsaw Man, which is Chainsaws, man. I really like the schedule right now. I'm having a lot of fun with it. We're going to dive deeper into the abyss with Made in Abyss Episode 2. I've said some things about it already. I don't know how many of them I'll keep in here. I'm really excited to find out more about this world and more about the characters that inhabit it. It is so steeped in mystery. There are so many little things that were introduced to us in the first episode that speak to expansive possibilities, like a bunch of different doorways that we could step through, and the world would once more open up to us the way that grand landscape opens up to Reg and Rico as they step out to the edge of the abyss, or the edge of the city, or how do we even talk about this? I don't know. When she shows him the city on the pit, city on the whole city in the place in the thing in the top of the place where the thing goes down. Okay. For example, all the history and story of the orphanage. And also the lady who runs it, who's kind of evil, but probably not actually that evil, maybe. Or is a malicious monster who likes to cause cruelty to children, probably not. Or the mystery around where her mother went. Because she's definitely still down there, totally being fine and stuff, right? No tragedies coming down the pipeline that way. Or who made Reg? Or how? Like, did he fuse with an artifact or something? Or what are those praying skeletons about? How did those happen? What are they? How did they get there? Why were they praying? Were they forced to go down there? Were they forced to stay down there? Were they sacrifices? Were they sacrificing themselves for something? I don't know. Or, like, what's with the biology? How did that happen? Are those mutations? Is it radioactive? What happened? Were those originally Earth creatures? Did a meteor hit? Did an asteroid hit? What happened? Is there a portal to another dimension down there? What does the cosmic compass point to? She said it points to the truth of the abyss. The fuck does that mean? What truth? It's just a pit in the ground. Does it just point down? Does it just point up? Does it, what? Does it point to your heart's true desire? I don't know. So, yeah, there's like a lot here, and one of the more powerful things that we can do is keep our viewpoint rather narrow, keep us in the mindset of these rather limited characters. Riko, while she knows a lot about her current situation, doesn't know that much about her current situation, and so what we will find out as these mysteries trickle in and answers begin to trickle toward us is probably not exactly the same from what she'll find out. Like, we'll probably have different insights than the characters do. And that's really interesting. I think that the overall setup of World is one of the most compelling starts to a show that I've seen, full stop. And it occurred in one of the best episode 1s of anime that I've seen, full stop. And I am about as interested in it as I have ever been in any show. So, let's go ahead and watch some more, and maybe we'll find out more to talk about. Whether that's more answers or just more mysteries, I'm kind of ambivalent. I don't really care about getting all the boxes checked right now. It doesn't matter to me. Like, there's so much wonder and so much intrigue that going through and answering all the questions that I have is not my priority. My priority is to experience. My priority is to watch and witness and observe as these characters begin their descent, potentially metaphorically as well as physically, but we'll talk about that if it starts to happen. I don't know. I don't know. I just know that things are going to get bad. And I am excited. I'm excited to find the joy in that badness, because that's like reality, right? Okay, here's a metaphor for you. There's no abyss. There's just the world and the future. And the future is dark and empty, and you have no idea what's there. And you're going to have to move into it whether you want to or not, because there's like an inevitable force that pulls you along in that direction that isn't gravity, it's time. And so there's this endless decay in front of you that is inevitable, and you will fall to it, and it's not clear what it consists of, and that's the nature of your reality. And that's kind of how I feel about our current situation with our characters in this story, is that there is an inevitable endlessness looming before them. It might be below them, but man, it looms up over them, and their whole life is colored by it, restrained by it, enabled by it. And somehow we will find some balance of joy and exploration and wonder as we fall apart, I think. Because this whole thing is a multi-layered metaphor, and it makes some weird sense. So, I'm gonna start getting all, what's the Aesop line? When you start getting all expressive and symbolic, it's impossible to actualize an honest diagnostic. Yeah, expressive and symbolic was the word that I was looking for. And, yeah, that's from Shrunk by Aesop Rock, which is a great song off a great album. Alright, we're gonna watch Made in Abyss episode 2. It's probably gonna be solid. Let's watch it. Yeah, Patreon's in the description. Versions are on the version places. They're all over. Beep beep timer. Let's go. Shoda? So just points to the core of the planet? Oh, she tells this story often. That's not what they're saying. I think those things are separate. Okay, that's pretty mad. Ah! Okay, we're beginning. It's going. It's happening. And we're falling. Our purpose in life lies in the depths, exploring. Ooh. No, I don't trust that. I don't trust that. I've seen that before. No, 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 no. I am traumatized by little fluffy creatures. I'm out. Oh, shit, that's cool. A bunch of these are on ones. So they're separately chasing and then toward... Yeah, there we go. Hi. Hello. Oh, that's very cute. Oh, and a blushy. Points right into the darkness from which there's no escape. Yep. A curse. Ooh. What is that? Ooh, that's mom. Ooh. What? I've seen that. The fluffy creature. Did she hybridize with the fluffy creature? Is that what happens? I don't know. Resurrect. Oh, right. That's a thing. Oh, God. Yeah, you gotta go up. Oh, also, like, nitrogen problems. Is this just a depth thing? It probably... The what? But what if you don't die and you just lose your humanity? Mysterious phenomenon. Oh, it's legit a curse. That's a bunch of A doesn't lead to B, dude. Everything we know about relics. Tokyo Tama. It does what? Yeah, you special boy. Well, he goes. Oh, she's so meticulous. Oh, really? Hmm. You tried to light me on fire? Whoa. Oh, that's what that is. Oh, oh, God. Katamari, a bundle, huh? Alright, sell him. Alright, sell him. So close. Yeah. Yeah, nobody's gonna be able to know about this. Then we must escape. Or protect him. We're just gonna cut too. Okay. What family? Yeah. That's easy. This is easy peasy, man. I'm a human being, I guess. Beep boop bop, beep boop. Definitely not a robot. That's not all lies. Yeah, it's not bad. And how did it... Oh. Well, you seem to be alright. You could probably cliff drive. Cliff dive? Yeah, the kid, whatever. Very well, come join the most dangerous profession on Earth. Can you see them? No. Ah, victory! We did it. All right. Good job, guys. Ooh, what are you looking at? What was that? No, what was that? Nope. I'm just a normal student here now. Nobody pay attention to my robot parts, please. Awesome. Okay, cool. That was easy. Oh, goodness. We still do this, huh? We still do that. Can we put Shibari on the tags list? Rico bombs! That's what we're calling them. Terrible. Terrible. Oh! Oh! Yo, metaphor, folks. Oh, hi. Are you Anne of the Green Gables? What are you doing here? Kidding. No, yeah. She says as though she's been there. Wow. I have to know everything. Regu. Yoink. Oh, yeah. That's what they all say. Sorry. Shit! Have we dropped him in the water yet? Did he do okay with water? Everyone longs to be one. So, Bell on the newbies, so that you can find them. And he's on the same level as the child. It's all about generating legends, huh? What an odd perspective. I'm just gonna mention, this episode has not been impressive in the same way. It has folded me into the space. It's much... There we go. Never mind. Never mind, as I'm speaking, we changed that completely. You're doing great, kid. And then you get a whistle? Sweet. Yeah, don't think that it's so lucky, kiddo. Yeah, you got a whole life ahead of you, kiddo. That was so cute. She slid. I have big vibes of Attack on Titan, the group returning. Just saying. This could go really dark. I expect blood. I'm really excited. I'm so excited. Will it be a heroic return or a horrifying blood fuck? I think a blood fuck. Come on, man. Dragon ass out of there. Nope. Heroic. I'm wrong. Blank faces on everybody else, though. Oh shit, we lost a white whistle. No, it's a white whistle of a dead person. Is it her mom's? It's her mom. No face. It means she's not there anymore, kiddo. Mhm. Yeah, I thought so. Wow. Daring, heroic. Purple is moon. Black is expert. Surpassed their human limitations. And that's her, dude. That's the mom. We saw her in the OP, too. Cut to Rico. What's the real impact of this? Wow, that is a character design. Liar, liar. Foreign cave raiders? Oh, what dissonance. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Holy shit. Yay, my mom's a hero! Who's not coming back. Why is the user the only one able to use it? It's all she's got, man. It's just lies and stories. Oh. The real secrets are in there. That is a really weird response. That's a really weird response. That's an impossibility. Like, it could never be anything like that. What the fuck? Uh-huh. It's a funeral, dude. Oh, man, you never really knew her. This world is fucked. This world is fucked. That's bullshit, dude. What the fuck? But also, she was distant, right? The deeper you go, the less human you are. Truly, right? Truly. Hmm. That's an interesting position for heroes. And he truly admired her. Why have we set that up? What? Ha. From growing up here? Or was she born there? Or was she conceived there, maybe? Flashback? Flashback? We're doing a flashback zoom? Yeah! She still, though, it went in. You have it in you, dude. I get that. So you were born there. 10 months. Yay! You were born on the 4th layer. You're partly already not human. Holy shit. Why does viewing the world through crystals change things? No! The what? Yeah, that's the aliens to be. So she chose you over the bell. Over the whole point. The whole point of their whole journey. Chose you, but then she went right back in, of course. It's the whistle that we see, not the face. She's not trying to choose her own path, man. That's actually not what she's doing. She just has to return back to center. What a crazy backstory. You the tainted one, born with the curse within you? Oh! And what is the bell anyway? Time stopping? She's even more. No, it's real, man. That's real. No, I don't think she's that complicated either. What? What? You can't just do that. Hey, how do you feel about your mom being dead? Hey, your mom's dead. How's that doing? Now we find out what it really is. It's gonna lead her in, man. It's gonna lead her in. We gotta go, man. Yeah, Reg, you go with me. Cool, 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 cool. Cool, let's meet the headquarters. Holy religion, dog. So much tradition. What is it? What is it? What is it? What is it? Their designs, and it's not about you at all. Not even a little bit. She found way deeper. Oh, that's Reg! We can't read it! Come down here. Oh, God! Oh, God! Now we have to go on an adventure. Is that the end of the episode? Ha! Fuck! Oh, it's so happy. I hate this. I'm okay. It's cute, and I hate it. I mean, I've seen that thing before. Is that Mom? Nah, maybe. Nah, maybe. Oh. That was Mom's pickaxe. Light at the bottom of the endless depths. Okay, alright. And we're off. Departure, eh? Hunter Hunter? Hunter Hunter! I knew it! I knew it! Oh, holy goodness gracious. If last episode was packed with bits and bobs, this one is stuffed and overflowing with bobs and bits. Okay, so episode 1 has some real work to do on a thematic and resonant level to really pull us in. One of the things that I said already in this episode was that, unlike the first episode, which really stunned me with its visuals and really pulling me into the space, this episode, it just folds me in as though I'm already familiar with it. It's not novel or introducing me to new spaces this time. It's returning to spaces that are already familiar to me and focusing mostly on the characters who inhabit them. There's a really big difference. Here's how we can figure out the difference. In the first half of this episode, before we open on that wide shot up here, before the thing emerges, before we open up on this wide, how many wides are there before we get there in the episode? How many? None. Okay, then there's the OP. Okay. None. It's all internal shots. It's all isolated, focused on individual characters. None. None, 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 none. None, 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 none. Even here, when we're looking at the width of things, it's through a scope. It's through one character's one eye, right? Inside buildings, none, 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 open. It's about halfway through the episode. We open it up for this return. That's a huge difference from episode 1. Hugely different. Remember, episode 1, we start off with a wide parallax shot. It's the space, and then we bring it down to the isolated. Here, it's the opposite. We're in the individual characters, and we expand out from there, and then come back. Oh, it's really different. So we just ignore all the legwork of establishing the world, and now we establish characters, what they think about the world, how they see the world around them, their observational location. Like, instead of putting us into the space, this episode puts us into the people. It's hugely different, and it's really, really, really important for us to have this emotional section land, because in a lot of ways, what we're doing is we're separating out our characters from the rest of our society. Rico here has one reaction to the finding of the Whistle of Liza the Annihilator, when literally everyone else in the entire space has a different reaction. Oh my god, wow, yeah, wow, wee, wow, wee, wee, wee. And she's got something totally different. Whoa. All of the propaganda around White Whistles as our great heroes that all sort of comes back to this individual profiteering motive is fascinating. It's fascinating. Come get your replicas of the grand hero who we look at as the... Whoa. Whoa. But if you've got a social situation that continuously encourages people to kill themselves in order to bring profit back to the surface, you kind of need to hold up the people who've died doing that or disappeared or whatever. You need to hold them up on high. Oh, it's brutal. It's absolutely brutal. It's like, the way we treat soldiers. Yeah, yeah. Where are there foreign countries that are delving into the Abyss place? Are those different chunks of the city? What's going on? I don't know. There is, because we're in characters, like, we're in the location of the characters, we've got all this additional exposition that occurs, and all these different bits and bobs that are both facts about the world and opinions about the facts about the world, and the two are hard to separate and discern. And I think it's really cool. I think it's really, really cool. It's pointing to the depths of the abyss. I love Rico's terrible logic. I don't know how else to put it. It's like she's a walking set of logical fallacies. This compass, it points down, and then a boy came from there, and therefore it's fate. Like, it's linked, right? Obviously, there's a connection here. No reason to think there's a connection. She does it a couple times throughout the episode. It's the kind of logical leap that is childish and kind of beautiful, but is also the kind of thing that can totally get you in serious trouble. And I expect it to get her and everyone else in serious fucking trouble. I also just need to note that having all these fun, childish conversations in a room that is totally filled with torture implements does something very strange to the tone. It just does something very strange to the tone. It's like, hey, we're all friends. Death racks. Spikes. Yay. It's like looming. It's like waiting. It's like, hey, remember, we're going somewhere else with this. This isn't going to be fun childhood for very long. Oh, man. All right, the OP is utterly cute and massively on ones. Like, all throughout this opening sequence, there are a bunch of on ones moments, and really smooth chunks of animation. There are some things that are just not going to be things that I can really predict. It's pretty cool. It promises all these special, interesting locations. Like, what the fuck is that, man? Is that another city? That looks like a city down there. What? It's got what? And also some characters that we just are not going to be able to see. Some crazy mechanical stuff down at the base there. And it drops into complete unknown. Pretty awesome. Okay, so a true fact about the world, humans that go into the abyss have bad things happen to them. First, nausea, dizziness, like standard sicknesses that you would get from decompression, going a great distance from under the ground and up, but not. More like bioradiation or something materially altering you. That's what I think is going on, because there's that fluffy creature that's like a hybrid or something. Maybe it's a warping. Maybe it's just an inexplicable plot point. It's probably just an inexplicable plot point. Maybe it's a meteor. I don't know. I don't know. But that would explain all the weird biology. And it would explain your eyes bleeding and leaking out of your face and head. And it would explain the difference between the white whistles and everybody else. And the way that Liza is presented as kind of not very human in some ways. And yet she makes a very human choice to choose her child over the relic that she was sent down there for. That they died for, right? That her husband died for, right? Oh. But of course she does eventually go back for it. The unheard bell. And that thing, which we will almost certainly see at some point. I'm super intrigued by these powerful relics. It stops time. She used the phrase Tokyo Tomete, right? Like, what? I think the whole scene of all the things that we did to you is very goofy and very cute. It's very scientific. I think that getting him to lie makes perfect sense. Like, of course, this is an orphanage. You don't have to, like, fill out a tax form. They're gonna use you. They're gonna use you. It's an orphanage. Pretty cool. I like it. What is this thing? Maybe I'm just getting wibbled by something simple, right? And it doesn't matter, but what is that? She's very pleased. And staring into it? What is it? I like that we montage through this and suddenly 2 months have passed. It's pretty cool. I like this scene. It definitely isn't foreshadowing or anything. Partly it's mothers fighting off their enemies, right? Like, this is a mother bird who's coming back to feed her chicks after going out into the far beyond in order to find food, wherever there are rivers with fish in them, who knows? And then gets whomped by an inordinately large beastie. Whoom! And then the whole society of Hammerbeaks fights back against it, driving it away, which is great, but those chicks are still orphaned, right? Right. There are some layers there. There's some dumb, fucked up layers there. But it's also just the norm, right? Like, Riko isn't stunned by this dog-eat-dog death world that she lives in. It's just the normal thing. You ever been around, like, a 10-year-old and had an animal near them die? Or watch, like, some nature documentary footage with a young child? And they see a lion eat an antelope, and they don't react like Riko does here, where she's like, oh, wow, yay, they're fighting back and stuff. It's like, it's rocking. It absolutely shatters a child. So, that speaks to me of being kind of inured to it. Kind of like, yeah, you know, people die all the time. Stuff goes wrong. Animals eat each other. It's just the norm of our world. These individuals are not very sheltered, let's say, despite not really knowing much of anything. Oh, man. Oh, wow. Oh, man. Ugh. I wonder why people want to be white whistles so badly. Is being one really all that great? And this is maybe the first doubt that we've seen at all. Her husband, the uncle guy, is a black whistle striving to become a white whistle despite his age. And she clearly would rather have him here, probably. Right? Like, is convinced probably that he's going to get himself killed or turned into a slug or something. Whatever the fuck happens down there. Has probably, you know, watched a bunch of his friends die and stuff. I wonder if it's really all worth it. I wonder if maybe we're all living a bunch of lies. I wonder if maybe our society is structured in a way to exploit the individual desire for status and gain and exploration of the individual people and just pulling the relics out of them for profit. Yeah, maybe something like that. Yikes. Big yikes. Reg's cool. Stuff is great. Ding ding bells. Ding dong yay. Oh, this scene. Yeah, this moment. Oh, goodness. I just want to see this. Scramble, 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 scramble. That's awesome. Scrabble, 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 scrabble. Scrabble, scrabble, scrabble. That's so cool. returning home as Liza the Annihilators. And we cut from that revelation to the propaganda. You know what this feels like? Avatar The Last Airbender, the Fire Island players, where it's just all lies, and it's all lies. Oh, man. We, the grand, beautiful, wonderful, blessed cave raiders who go deep into the abyss and challenge it. This character design belongs on a Disney villain. It's actually, like, he's almost the coachman from Pinocchio. Almost that. Like, that's a hell of a design. As he smilingly, for profit, convinces a bunch of children to throw their lives away. Right? Yay! I want to be a soldier too! They're so cool! Yeah, yo. And then exploiting and using the image of the dead, of the sacrificed. And manipulating it, making her monstrous and powerful. Man, I don't know. Okay, that one can only be used by its original owner? Huh? That sounds like a plot point. Like, that would allow us to prove that something that doesn't look like Mom is actually her. Like the bunny thing. That's my guess. I could be totally wrong. I'm probably totally wrong, and I'd like to be. Is it a letter to me? Yeah, you're right, Rico. It's probably a letter to you, and he's stunned by this. Why? Because the idea that she would care about another person seems impossible? That's my take. That's fucked. I like that we get to bond genuinely with Leader here. In part because we both had this special attachment to this person who neither of us super well remember. We're the only ones who do. And so they can actually communicate about it in a real way. But it also does a bunch to reveal to us the character of Liza and the history behind Rico. And now there's something really potent to it, which is that narratively, in a lot of ways, the child of mysterious birth, which is an archetype, which is what Rico is, the child of mysterious birth is driven inevitably to go out from their location and seek the place where they came from. And in doing so, they'll discover that they are from that and are not from where they are, but they're also not from there and are from where they are, right? They find out that they're not just their parent's child, but the child of the society that raises them. And they're split. They're both. The oldest example that I can think of is Hercules. The classic Hercules story. Son of gods, born in humanity, raised in humanity, decides, I gotta go somewhere and find out what the fuck is going on with my reality. I'm really strong and stuff. What is this? And then he goes off and goes the distance. And yes, I'm muddling the actual myth with the Disney myth, and it's fine. It's fine. It's good. It's good. It's a great myth. Even the Disney version is a great version. And then upon finding that you are actually part of something else, somewhere else, some other place, you can go there, discover it, take up the mantle of what is yours by birth and by right, and then return to the extant world that you were actually grown up in order to improve it, because it's actually home for you at the same time, right? She is a creature of both there and here. And she has to find out where in the middle she is. And she's met this character, Reg, who seems to be a creature straight from down there, right? It's like a mix. Yeah? Yeah. People from different worlds colliding and finding out a center point where there's balance. It's a really good setup. It's a really good setup. I have no reason to believe that we're not going to follow it through in the best, most potentially interesting way. So I'm really excited by that. Why does looking through crystal lenses change her vision? What's up with that? And then the relic that she used to hide her was a giant geode, crystalline. What's up with that? Don't know. Don't know. Super interesting. The flashback scenes are gorgeous. They're misty and memory-ish. This is gorgeous. It's, very orifice-y. Like, very biological. You know? Kind of looks like a sphincter. You know? And a bunch of muscle. You know? I don't know what to think about that. And she chooses it over the bell. But she still leaves you here at the orphanage and doesn't stay with you. She's called down into the abyss, huh? Liza's head and helmet and stuff. Just taking a look at that. Not sure what to think about it. Doesn't look like it's the bunny rabbit creature thing that we're gonna get later. I don't know. I love our crazy, like, many things moving, church bells, stained glass kind of cathedrals, arches feel for this headquarters location. It's like instantiated, established religious institutions. That's what I see here. And it's super interesting because we've seen a bunch of lies and propaganda and manipulation, and they all filter from this in some ways. It's like, creatures unseen, mysteries unknown, an image of Reg. That means there is some tie here, perhaps. And I'll be waiting. But is it a letter to her? Who knows? Who knows? We're going to interpret it as such, and we're going to go in after her. Nobody's going to be able to stop Rico, but is that really what's going on? The letter cuts off, doesn't it? It could be something else. Oh, boy. At the bottom of the abyss, I'll be waiting to die. I am scared and intrigued and very impressed. This episode doesn't come out the gate swinging with the production level. It's more subtle than episode 1 that wanted to blast you and wow you. And it feels like home a little bit. It feels very natural and very easy to fall into, to fold me into the story instead of yanking me in. And I really appreciate it. It feels gentle and comfortable. And I think it's just letting me get comfortable before it fucks my life up. So, thanks for joining me for episode 2 of Made in Abyss, where we got gentle and comfortable with some of the weird things in this world. I hope you'll join me next week for episode 3, where maybe our lives will get fucked up. I'm very excited. I hope you are too. I'll see you there. Thanks for watching. Support the channel on the Patreon and get yourself some early access. Peace.